Hey, how's it going? You're probably wondering who I am, what I'm doing. Well, sit back, I'm gonna answer you some questions in a sec. I live in a constant noir. I'm a detective on the beat. Nobody knows my name, not even me. When I'm not walking by myself in the pouring rain, I'm on duty. And I'm always on duty. The city never sleeps, so neither do I. I got a call from my chief, the stickler he is. He gives me an assignment, so I do it.
Here you go, detective. Your next assignment.
What is it this time, boss? Drug peddling, murder suicide, best 2022 Switch games, let's go!
On December 31st, 2022, the year 2022 is finally going to come to an end. This has been a bonkers year. We got some of the laziest games ever made. We got some of the greatest games ever made. I had a ton of fun playing video games this year. I mean, obviously, it's the only thing that will mend my broken heart. But a question that's on everybody's mind: what were the best games to come out in 2022?
And I'll be taking it upon myself to answer that question. For the Switch.
And even though I had built this beautiful PC that cost around $1,200, I still played my Switch more than anything else. Yes, I know I suck. And don't let the Nintendo Directs lie to you, we didn't just have farming simulators or JRPGs this year. Big shocker, I know. And just a heads up, these aren't going to be full extensive reviews. If I'm talking about a game that I did review, links are going to be down in the description box below.
But before we get into my favorite Switch games, I want to talk about the games that I didn't care for, or the ones that I just didn't play. I thought Star Wars The Force Unleashed on Switch was just kind of mediocre. I definitely prefer the 360 version a lot more. It just felt a little sluggish and the controls are very unresponsive.
All right, look at me just trying to push this thing out of the way.
Am I crazy?
Basically any Pokemon game that came out this year, because I don't like Pokemon. Why do I smell burning? I feel like I would personally prefer Pokken a lot more. I just don't like the turn-based gameplay. I understand the appeal to Pokemon, but it's just not for me. Mario and Rabbids, Sparks of Hope. And this genuinely looks great if you're into this kind of game. I don't like games that don't have you in the action. All right. So, I actually got Sparks of Hope with a Best Buy deal. They were doing buy this and get Kingdom Battle for free.
And I'm actually having a really fun time with Kingdom Battle right now.
And I decided to also get Sonic Frontiers. And now back to the video. I bet it's great. It's just not for me. Splatoon 3. So I did like Splatoon 2, but I didn't play it nearly enough to warrant buying the third one. Apparently, it's a huge upgrade from Splatoon 2 to Splatoon 3. God, that is so hard to say. But also, it just seems like you couldn't have just made this an update? Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. I haven't played it. Bayonetta 3, I've never played a Bayonetta game. And this has nothing to do with that drama that happened a few months back. I really don't care.
All right, Miss Taylor, we got the lie detector test already hooked up. Just speak your truth and we'll see the results.
Hello, my name is Hilary Taylor, and I am the voice of Bayonetta.
It's not looking too good.
I just can't jump in with the third entry. That's like jumping into the Halo series with Reach. Actually, that's a great place to start off. I really did want to play the Cowabunga collection. It does look like a really good value, but I've already got Shredder's Revenge. I really also want to play Xenoblade 3, but I don't have nearly enough time to dedicate to this game as I want to. I actually want to beat Xenoblade 1 first, though. I did have it on my 3DS when that came out, but just never completed it.
Let's be real, we're gonna have totally different lists, and whatever your top 10 games of the year were, let me know down below.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.
Oh my god, who else is sick of this?
Thank God there's a mod that fixes this.
This is where the fun begins.
This might be my favorite game of the year.
I love this game. It feels like a classic collectathon like Banjo, Mario 64, and Spyro.
It's currently my most played game on my Switch OLED. I don't know if that's a flex or a cry for help.
And on the Switch, it actually looks and runs pretty damn well. I mean, of course, look at this art style. It's just Legos. But if all you have is a Switch, this is a great way to experience the Lego Skywalker saga.
Ever since I've played it after I reviewed it, I've discovered a ton more content.
It's just really all the side content. Taking down these huge battleships from Star Wars is such a trip. After taking them down from the outside, you go inside and take out whatever military is occupying them. And then once you complete that as a level, you own that ship and you could fly it. I think it's still like a little bit smaller when you own it, but that's still awesome.
And it is truly glorious.
But I'll be honest, sometimes I find that constant collecting a bit boring.
Plus, my undiagnosed ADHD keeps me incredibly unfocused. Overall, I'm just really pleased on how this game came out.
I think there are definitely things that could have made this game a lot better in hindsight, like how the character types restrict the individual minifigs. And the DLC needs to add actual content, not just characters that we've played before. Overall though, this is still the best Star Wars game.
This next entry is my favorite game of all time. I was beyond excited to see Assassin's Creed the Ezio Collection release on Switch.
Taking out all my live streams, this is my longest video I've ever done. Words cannot describe what this trilogy means to me.
I started dancing in this shitty gaming chair when I finally booted it up. This easily could have just not held up, but it genuinely stands the test of time. This franchise has evolved so much over the 15 years of its existence. Going back to this classic was a breath of fresh air, and it makes me even more excited for Mirage. And a couple years back, I took early European modern history, and I used this game to kind of cheese my way into getting an A.
What the is this kid talking about?
The Ezio Collection is my favorite game of all time, and it's one of those things that's worth more than the sum of its parts.
I actually totally forgot about this game. And that's kind of fitting.
I liked Kirby in the Forgotten Land a lot more my first run than I did with Super Mario Odyssey. Let the hate ensue.
I hadn't played Kirby for months after beating it. Then I found a brand new campaign attached to it, and it's so delightful. This is easily my favorite Kirby game, and I think that might be a cold take, and albeit I haven't played that many Kirby games, but still, it's awesome. The exploration and the boss fights are so much fun.
Your Elden Ring and your God of War Ragnarok could never do this.
What the f is this piece of sh?
I think my only complaint with the game is that the controls are kind of funky at times, but it's still great.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles! Shredder's Revenge.
I am a big TMNT fan. Like, big cringe levels here.
This is a damn good time, but it is hard as f***.
I got stuck on the 4th level, then felt like a true gamer after beating it. It feels like a classic old school beat 'em up.
I mean, that's exactly what it is.
Most of the time I suck at beat 'em ups, but I was still able to enjoy Shredder's Revenge. And it was actually also the same devs who worked on the Scott Pilgrim game, so big ups.
I thought that the original games looked like Shredder's Revenge, but this looks leagues better. I mean, of course it does, but it just looks so good. I'll be honest, there's not much more to really say about this. It's just a damn good time.
Just me and you.
So I actually didn't play this on my Switch. I played this on my Series S, but it came out on Switch this year, so I'm counting it. Now this is multiplayer bliss, and you can only play it in multiplayer.
You play as this one parent couple that's splitting up, then you get turned into dolls, so you gotta find out how to go back to being a human. What the f did I just say? I played this one with my girlfriend, and this is so much fun.
If you got someone to play this with, I highly encourage you to give it a go. You're gonna be platforming obstacles, there's fun combat when it comes along, and it builds real teamwork outside of the game.
When I did that one matchmaking test for Nintendo Switch Sports, I absolutely loved it. Me and my best bro played it together, and we had the time of our lives. It was so much fun. We were so pissed off though that it was only for like 3 hours for 3 days each day. To a point, we preferred it over Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. Not even kidding.
And now that it's released, it's still really fun, but Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resorts were just better.
There's a weird lackluster amount of content here.
It's engaging at least. Motion controls aren't as fluid as it was on the Wii. I mean, let's be real, the Joy-Cons aren't as good with that anyway.
I just want us to have Woohoo Island back, man. That is my favorite Nintendo map ever. Step back, Breath of the Wild. You're not Woohoo Island. And Seppuku Square is fine, but it just doesn't have that woohoo charm. And plus, Papa Pineapple loves Pilot Wings way too much.
The online play was pretty good, especially for a Nintendo game too. And the live service was pretty decent, to be honest.
Right up until they shut the servers down.
This was literally the whole point of the game, and now it's just gone. They gotta do better with this title, man. This is ridiculous.
Wii Sports was free. Wii Sports Resort was $50. Nintendo Switch Sports is $50. Why do those games have so much more content in them than Switch Sports? This is a brand new game. Unlocking cosmetics isn't enough to keep people engaged. You need to give us content to play. And as much as I am dogging on it, I did get addicted to unlocking all the cosmetics.
BB, I'm the problem.
Why don't you take all those Wii Sports games, slap a new coat of paint on it, put it on Switch Sports, and you're done. Us Nintendo fans would eat that shit up. But this was also my best stream ever, and if you happen to be a part of that, thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. I met some new friends on that stream, and we all got to play some games together. And if you want to see more streams like that, please let me know down in the comments section. I would love to do that again. So actually turns out they put the servers back up 5 days after that shutdown. Modern gaming is great.
And I bet right now you're probably thinking, oh, didn't you just say that Overwatch was super lazy a minute ago? Well, it's my list, and I can do whatever I want.
I'm surprised I'm having as much fun as I am with Overwatch 2. And everything I'm saying about it right now, just take it as if I'm a first-time player.
I was pretty into the first one on my Xbox One, then just fell off for some reason. I don't know, it just couldn't keep my interest. I kind of doubt this one will too, but only because I don't play shooters that often.
I don't really remember the 6v6 all that much, but I think the 5v5 is really well done. All the characters that I played on Overwatch 1 are free in the second, so it doesn't feel totally different.
This actually looks and runs really well on Switch. Albeit though, some of these practices are kind of scummy. Gotta pay for the heroes that were free in Overwatch 1, all the microtransactions, and having to give them your phone number to play online. What?
I'm most likely not going to get any of the battle passes, and no, it's not going to be this, oh, Activision Blizzard is so bad perspective that everyone has now. I don't play FPS shooters nearly enough to justify paying for them.
This has to be one of the most entitled pieces of shit I've ever seen.
The most I play any shooter really is like 3 hours at best.
I will say, needing phone numbers is the dumbest, stupidest 1984 dystopian I have ever heard. Why wasn't this on the Switch during its initial release? I will say though, I'm happy it launched for free. I think that was a very smart move.
I'm pissed I can't use the Epic account that's logged into my PC for my Switch. Why can't I just do that? I checked if I could and there's no way to do it. This is the best game OST of the year, hands down.
Social credit deducted.
It gets so tense when players start to get behind you because they could drag you back.
Get away from me! Why are you chasing me?
And I absolutely love you don't need to buy the battle pass.
In most free-to-play games, you gotta buy whatever season pass or battle pass they have available to basically progress, but here you don't.
It's me, you're the PS.
Fortnite Battle Pass.
The progression here is damn good. It's challenge-based, kind of like Overwatch 2 and Halo Infinite, but done right. The challenges are stuff you'd eventually do, and it's also performance-based.
Yeah, you could just spend your money on the
Battle Pass.
But if you don't want to, you don't have to. You can just straight up unlock everything if you play it enough, and I really respect that. It reminds me of that same fun from the 360, Wii, PS3 era.
Bringing us to our next game. Ooh, the Portal collection is so eerie and so much fun.
These YouTube tutorials from 13 years ago are really coming in clutch.
And this also gets really funny at times.
I've been really busy being dead. You know, after you murdered me.
You did what?
There's a lot more to these games than they lead on. It's still cheaper on other platforms, but $20 for both of these games still feels like a solid price. Some of these puzzles are real head scratchers.
You're gonna get stuck, and then when you finally figure out how to go past that level, it feels like you just unlocked 300 IQ points. I've only played my way through the first one, just a little bit of the second, but I did the multiplayer a lot back when it came out. I don't really have that much to say, but it's still dope. I think you should try it. God, this was the hidden gem of the year. My video on Neon White started with this video. I just didn't stop talking about it.
This is just such a unique experience. I did a video on this game a few months back. Just go and watch that. I go way more in depth with it.
But I haven't played it since my review.
Hashtag fake fan.
And I realized while editing this, I didn't rank these games, so I'm gonna do that right now. At number 9, we got It Takes Two, then the Portal Companion Collection, Overwatch 2, TMNT, Nintendo Switch Sports, Fall Guys, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Neon White, the Ezio Collection, and Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga.
But some games in 2023 that I'm really looking forward to, I got Cosmic Shake. This looks a lot like Battle for Bikini Bottom, and I'm just a sucker for these kind of games. Got Pikmin 4, Star Wars Hunters, Tears of the Kingdom, Rip England, by the way.
Anyway, dudes and dudettes, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to click that like and subscribe button. And let me know down in the comment section below, what are your top 10 games of the year? Switch, PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox. Let me know down below. Anyway, dudes and dudettes, you're never too old or too cool for video games. Major Pineapple out.